I just have a major question that I do not see anybody asking, and that is, why is Dakota so committed to wanting to be the victim of Taylor Frankie Paul so early in the relationship? Because here's the weird part about this night is that neither Taylor Frankie Paul nor Dakota can exactly pinpoint how long they were dating by this night, because in the body cam footage, Dakota says to the officer, "Oh, we've been dating like five, I don't know, 6 months." And then in a more recent podcast interview, which I think I used one of the clips, he actually tells them, like, yeah, we were only dating like 4, maybe 5 months. And I think Taylor Frankie Paul says to somebody else in another interview, like, yeah, we were only like dating for like 4 months by then. So neither one of them can agree on the timeline as to how early it was when they were dating by this point, one. But then two, regardless of whether it is 4 months or 6 months, that's still very early on in any relationship. And yet, Dakota is so desperate to be perceived as the victim in this night against Taylor Frankie Paul. And he vacillates between being this savior, rescuer, good guy to Taylor. Like, oh, I came to pick her up and I brought her home, and like, she was so hammered, I had to carry her back to the car. And then he flips into, and then she just blew up out of nowhere. And she was hammered and she was attacking me. And the whole time he consistently evades. And I don't think I've seen any footage anywhere where he has ever addressed the comment that Taylor has made in this body cam footage where she says that he threw her. He does anything and everything to dance around the fact that that statement was ever made. And he never explains it, he never addresses it. He just glosses over it and goes right on to talk about what a victim he was of Taylor Frankie Paul and her anger and rage that night. And even when he's talking to the officer in this part of the interview, he so desperately wants the officer to see all of his little boo-boos and all of his little owies that Taylor has made because of her apparently attacking him unprovoked, when we all know that Taylor has said that he threw her. But this is the thing. He's so committed to narrative, and he's so committed to the narrative that he's either the hero rescuer or he's the victim and nothing else. And yet the truth and reality that we've seen all throughout all of these seasons of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is that from the very beginning, Dakota has been nothing but dishonest. He's telling Taylor one thing while he's doing another thing behind her back, and she has to go through all of this effort to try to find out the truth. And yet he wants us, the public, and the cops to just take his word and believe that he's such a victim of Taylor, when in truth and reality, the way that he presents is that his public narrative often directly opposes the truth and reality behind closed doors, because he's telling Taylor, oh, you're the only one I'm with, and then come to find out after Taylor goes through all of this effort to get the truth out of him and to find out the truth, that he was in fact involved with other women. And then even after, what's so weird is that after he's showing all these boo-boos and owies to the cops, and the cops finally agree that, like, oh yeah, you are the victim of Taylor Frankie Paul tonight, Dakota doesn't do the thing that victims who are terrified of their abusers do. And that's realizing, I am 100% not safe in this situation, and she's not a safe person for me. Instead, he does whatever he can to stay in her life. He moves in with her, he has a child with her, and then continues to be dishonest and to antagonize her and put her in a position of doubting herself, the relationship, and not being able to tell truth and reality. But he's so committed to the narrative that he's either the hero good guy with her or he's the victim of her. and there's no in between. Nothing else is true outside of the narrative of Dakota and the way he retells these stories. Why?